Yo, what's good, y'all? Hey, man, I want to talk about this Geechi Gotti arrest real quick, right? So, I watched the news clip, and apparently they've been out there in Ohio for like about like a week now or whatever, right? So, all y'all who watch this channel, y'all know where I'm from. Y'all know I'm from Cleveland. Cleveland is in Ohio. However, I live in Southern Ohio. So when I heard this arrest about Geechi getting arrested in Butler County, I'm like, yo, hold up, because I live in Butler County. So I'm like, let me find out Geechi out here, right? So down this way, Butler County is like maybe one of three cities or whatever, or three towns or whatever, right? It's either Middletown, Hamilton, Westchester, right? So I live in Middletown. So I'm thinking, because I mean, obviously where I'm from in Cleveland and being in Middletown, you can't get packs off there or whatever. You know, it just looked like one of them towns. But anyways, so I hear that he's in Butler County or whatever, right? So shout out to Piper Boy, because I watched his live earlier this morning, and he played some of the video. I might play some of the video too. But it seems as if, you know, because they said in the news, they said they had their eyes on one of the guys like a week when he touched down, because he landed in CVG. And CVG, that's the Cincinnati Northern Kentucky airport or whatever, because CVG is like Covington, because, you know, like downtown Cincinnati is down in Kentucky or whatever. I mean, y'all know if y'all travel. But anyway, so I watched the news clip. They said they had eyes on dude or whatever, one, because there's three other dudes with each. They all from Cali. So they didn't say who they had their eyes on. They just said one of the people. So I'm thinking, you know, somebody probably had the snitch, or it was like an inside job or whatever, because how did they know that they was going to be there? And then on top of that, like, old boy who was being watched, like, how did they know he was going to land and, you know, at that airport or whatever? Why was they watching him? How did they already have eyes on him? And they didn't even get nowhere, because they said it was like over like 3,000 something pills or whatever recovered. But they said also in the news clip, like, the value of it was like 10, 15 racks or whatever for a pharmacy or whatever. But street value, that's a lot more, you know, because it was like all of the pills, like what, Oxys, Vicodin, Perks, all that or whatever, right? So if you ain't even got to be no street nigga to know how much stuff you going for. But anyways, yeah, man, it's looking kind of crazy though, because they said that they also was in Bellevue, Ohio. And Bellevue, that's kind of like, that's going up north, like towards Cleveland type shit. Like Bellevue, that's like, it's way past Mansfield. But you just got, Bellevue's off for like 71. So it's going north. I can't really describe it. I made deliveries out there or whatever, but I can't really describe it though. It's a small town type shit. But anyways, though, they said they got stuff from there, because I guess they still had like pharmacy bags from that pharmacy or whatever. But I don't know, man. Like, I don't know. I'm gonna show y'all some of the clip.
Away that didn't quite get away, and thousands of opioid pills recovered.
So 4 men from California are now charged here in Butler County, and tonight newly released body camera video shows how quickly police caught up with them. Our WLWT News 5's Karen Johnson live in Westchester with a story you'll see only here on WLWT. Hi, Karen.
Well, good evening again, Cherie. Yes, among those arrested and now charged with drug possession, a California-based rapper known as Geechi Gotti. His real name is Marcus Fandroy, and police say he was driving down I-75 last week in Westchester when police made this stop.
The initial traffic stop on I-75 in Westchester was short-lived. The suspects weren't getting far.
It did hit sticks.
One exit south near the streets of Westchester. 4 men bailed.
Get down on the ground right now! Get down on the ground!
But police caught up.
I will shoot you! Get your hands in the air!
Westchester police arrested 4 men from California.
Why are y'all arresting me?
Because your name's Anthony Ellison, you've been breaking into pharmacies all over the place.
And searched the rental car they were in.
We searched it thoroughly. There was a large amount of pharmaceuticals in the car that looked like they came just straight from the pharmacy.
Nearly 3,000 pain pills seized, including oxycodone, morphine, and Vicodin. Drugs that investigators say were stolen.
The drugs that were found were from a pharmacy called the Medicine Shop in Bellevue, Ohio. We believe that cash was found as well that was taken from a pharmacy in Perrysburg, Ohio.
Detectives say they had their eyes on the men since one of them landed at CVG last week. Tyrus.
So y'all see 12 pulled them over or whatever, right? And I ain't even gonna hold you, like, they been doing it for a little minute, it said. So at that point, you got over 3,000 pills. You got like 2-3 police cars behind you. And you from OT or whatever, you out of town. You probably got to do that too. They probably was gonna get caught regardless. Cause I ain't even gonna hold you. Like, I've been to Cali or whatever, but if I'm out there doing hot shit, I don't really expect to get away because I don't know the landscape of the town or whatever. Plus, like, we too old to be running on foot too, though. Like, and I don't know how Cali is in the wintertime months, but in Ohio, it could get crazy in the snow, especially if you're in the northeast Ohio where I'm from. Like, come on, you're not getting away in no snow on foot. I mean, you could, but you got to be like about at least a good 20 years younger. We too old to be running from 12 or whatever. But anyways, though, you see, like, they arrested everybody, and then dude, he was like, why y'all arresting me? And he was like, oh, your name, I think he said your name is Anthony. I don't know, I got to re-listen. But he said that y'all been, like, out here doing this. And then you seen the one cop or the detective, he said they was in Bellevue. Like I said, that's up north. That's on 71. And they also said Perrysburg, too. I know where that is, but I can't quite remember. But it sounds like they've been just kind of like all through the state, for real, because they got knocked in Westchester, but they was up north in Bellevue. And I think Perrysburg is up north, too, if I ain't mistaken. But, like, I ain't been there in a while, so I can't really remember.
Crew Anthony Ellison, Laquan Miller, and Marcus Fantroy, also known as rapper Geechi Gotti, all now face drug possession charges.
We're looking at over $10,000 to $15,000 worth of pharmaceutical drugs, at least. That's what it is to the pharmacy. That's not what it's worth in the street. So we're talking lots and lots and lots of bills.
Detective Kevin Berger said in court today, these men, quote, do this quite often.
And tonight, WLWT Investigates is still digging into who these people are, if they are possibly facing charges elsewhere. Also, I should note, here in Butler County, Judge Courtney Caparella-Creamer found there was enough evidence to bind this case over to a grand jury. Reporting live tonight.
Also, too, y'all see that they said that it was enough evidence to turn it over to a grand jury or whatever, right? So they saying that they do this often. On top of the detective guy, he was really stressing, like, the pills or whatever. He's like, it's like 10 to 15,000 pharmacy value, but that's not the street value, and it's going to be lots and lots and lots of bills. Key words were the words lots. He emphasized that a lot. So that's telling me, you know, they gonna see if they could try to make an example out of Geechi and them other niggas, for real. That's what it sounds like, I mean, to me. And plus, they gonna go off of your priors. Now, me, I never been locked up. I never even been handcuffed, you know what I'm saying? And I pride myself on that. But everybody I came up with been arrested at least once or whatever, right? So it's like they say, a smart man learn from his own mistakes, but a wise man learn from the mistakes of others. So I try to always learn from the mistakes of other folks or whatever. I mean, yeah, I done stuff myself, but, you know, I never got caught. And that's how it's supposed to be. But we not talking about me. But I don't know, man. This is a crazy thing, because Geechi got a battle coming up, don't he? Like, I don't know who he about to battle, but I know he got a recent battle coming up. So it's just crazy, man. Like, you know, free Geechi, hold your head. But I don't know, man. I can't tell another man to make different type of choices, make better choices. I mean, I can, but at the same time, we don't know what niggas is going through outside of battle rap, outside of real life. You know what I'm saying? Because when the cameras is on, things can look always good. You know, it's how you gonna make the perception of the people. But when all of that stuff gets shut off, you got bills, you got a family. So I understand, you know, it's a different type of pressure. But fact is, somebody was snitching, because like, how do you get off the plane or whatever and they already on to you and they already knew that y'all was hitting these spots? It's either somebody got locked and it was still working with 12, or, you know, if it was an inside job, you know, that person did get locked or caught up, or they really was just watching that footage and then they just kept an eye on y'all the whole time y'all was there. And then they say it was like a week ago, so I don't know if they was in the town or the state for like a whole week, just going all of the different small towns in the state and just hitting shit, because that's what it sounds like. Perrysburg, Bellevue, and Westchester. Westchester is probably the biggest town out of all three, and so far that's all they said as far as locations on these pharmacies and shit. But I don't know, man, this is a crazy story. Hopefully Geechi get out of this, you know what I'm saying, with nothing too crazy. But I don't know if they might try to make an example out of bro or not. But like Ohio, the good thing about it, I guess, if we pull in a positive out of a negative, we not a Commonwealth state. So like if they would have got caught in Kentucky, yeah, it would have been a dub. Kentucky ain't going for that. But I don't know, like I said, you know, Geechi, hold your head, free you. And shit wild out here, man. Like, I understand you got to get to $1, but just, you know, like my nigga Nip said, you know, God bless the day. He said, do your thing, just be safe with it. But I'm gonna leave it on that. I'm out of here, y'all.